We are in map 3, but I would say our best teams in challengers, and they're repeating the compositions they played last week. Zobi 13-7 for EG over NBG, 13-2 from NRG over M80. That's the big scoreline I was worried about.
Yeah, I mean, EG Academy now playing 9 of 9 possible maps in VCL Stage 1 so far. And going back to the compositions, you mentioned the same from previous weeks. It's like NRG Academies, it's known, it's proven, it works. EG Academy, we still need convincing, right? And the reasons behind that, I know for NRG Academy, right, we wanted this double duelist back, right? Shondex was hyped up during the map analysis, is a Giga Banger support player, and has been putting up numbers, so the duelist should work. And it also really some of that pressure Renz has.
I've been waiting since I was born to see Renz on Neon again. He is one of the best we have, and he's got help with Shondex diving in with them. How will EG put a stop to that with now the breach? Worried about how this was going to explode into the site. And NRG Academy keep their space, but now it's the guns that have to do all the talking. What a paranoia! You can't turn your back to your problems, or can you? Responsibility is going to catch up. NRG Academy just here to prevent the spike plant. Someone just cough on EG. They're going to die. Like, look at their HPs. It sneezes in their direction, and Pancakes just gets a little too eager. Easy double for Giza, and everyone trips up. So NRG Academy with the pistol.
Like, no Sky Heal to save your pistol this time, Evil Geniuses Academy. Just like what happened over on Bind. But that's really, really nice out of NRG Academy. Just again, the awareness to just halt, not overswing, wait for them to fight back into you or plant. And we need to talk about that brilliantly placed paranoia as well from Anj. I know you were saying, the Viper's okay on Bind, but this is where he's going to shine. So only enforcing the idea of this comp really helps this squad out. And now, double snipers coming in 2 by round, 1 on each side.
Okay. EG still gonna test this. The Prowler revealing that player close. And EG just keeping NRG's attention while mid gets explored. And now on the high ground, EG could try and get a look. Pressuring stairs, now seeing if they can remove these snipers, but Anj is firing away, and EG are trying to puncture this fortress, these defenses that seem so unrelenting, and especially with QoR at the helm.
Yeah, I am not gonna lie, I was a little worried about 20 seconds ago when I saw the paranoia come out A main onto one player, Mitch, making this like insane amount of noise, and they had nobody really up into heaven. And then, like you mentioned, Anj, Outlaw finds 2, QoR completes the full house for a really strong second round. And now, here are the weapons over to the bonus. Silver lining I was gonna say is you have mostly full shields here. I mean, you know the Outlaw's there now, you don't want to run the risk, and what we're gonna see is hopefully EG slow things down a bit. I was hoping they would still farm the orbs since Mitch is only 3 off from his Nightfall, but back to the mid fascination we go.
Yeah, EG have now more initiators to try and get that info from, but mainly to set Stunna up. The desk talked about hoping to see that duelist get more support or just better advantages in these fights, as this is a guy with a lot of talent and needs to be able to show it. EG depending on teamwork here. This QoR will be forced out of position, and that's the moment Mitch finds the dome of QoR. That's the beauty of the breach.
Very nicely done. Take it 1 step at a time. Zerona held the A line. You can have the safe rotation back towards main. How safe will you stay? Box screen comes up. It gets the time to reposition, and so does the rest of the team. There were 3 here.
Like 2 bullets, too many warm bodies. EG are just heating things up. Got the 5 stack on the post plant. Any damage is good damage if you're NRG Academy. Shondex is on the way to do some of this work, and maybe on the high ground he'll do something. Yeah, I guess through screens, maybe trying to make contact with someone in A main. No one is showing their face to Shondex. You gotta respect the guy. He's been putting up numbers, so you don't want to give up your weapons unnecessarily, especially with some damage being done to EG.
Yeah, I was hoping they would wait on the exits, but Mitch got Nightfall online, so no harm, no foul, I'd say. You were to give your life away, but all died to the spike. That is a flawless bonus denial round out of Evil Genius's Academy to get on the board. I think this has been like the most normal start we've had. Yeah, we've seen a lot of 2-1 starts, but I feel like the bonuses were like really, really close. The eco attempts were really, really strong. Here, it's like the map 3 decider, everyone's serious, and it's a great early indication for me here. Lemon Kiwi.
Yeah. I mean, Roy said it on the desk that a lot of the rounds on Bind felt really close, like 1v1s, 1v2s, especially when it's Zerona, it's super doable. He's 0-2 right now, but just watch how the map ends, okay? I'm getting my stocks early.
I'm sure.
EG getting the ball rolling early with the Nightfall. The wall comes up, the tag, and Shondex is dead in the water. Along with Giza and any other anchors on A. Watch this wrap around through ramp though, but Shaky is ready. So is Zerona. All the bases covered. When EG have 5 on the post plant, doesn't seem like there's going to be any gaps left for NRG Academy to exploit. Depends on winning your ones, and no immediate swing from Zerona. Hoping to work his advantages. Let the rest walk into main. You don't know what kind of help QoR has, and watches the wrong corner. Renz has to deal with one problem at a time. Dispatch is now the second, but time is running out, and now they're gonna save.
I maybe would have argued like hoping that Renz could stay where he was and play for some exits, but yeah. Even some of these weapons online. Nolts really complement them here, so I don't think we're gonna see like an NRG timeout just yet, but it's more I think just longevity wise. Mitch, fortunately clipped, but that round, I mean, that felt like Renz just I think Shondex, got punished. Just the vulnerability of the Nightfall too strong, right? Plus that nade combination, and you said you wanted to see Senna online supported by the team. The Nightfall set him up quite well, I'd say. Beautiful satchels to punish Giza too.
Yeah.
That ties us up 2-2.
I think Mitch is giving them amazing information so that Stunna can jump in, and he's been successful back-to-back on his entries. Taking care of Giza, which I wonder if Giza should be trying to pull out some kind of flash, something earlier. And you already heard that bird off in the distance. Just dumping a lot more early util this defense to not let EG just get to execute immediately.
Back to Mitch starting solo on side of the map, then calling the regroup and possibly the refight. But speaking of a refight, thought I saw like some desire from this guy in the Omen to do something around that dark cover a little bit further, but instead almost looks like they were all going to leave. Giza watches it expanded. How's the dog goes for the jiggle in season 4.
Jesus, just barely missed that fault line, and help is on the way. Holy cow, what a dent that Renz made, and still living with 8 HP somehow. EG tripped up.
Yeah, the paranoia
NRG Academy established.
Not just the paranoia. But I was gonna say Zerona might have the timing. And now he has the sight.
Timing. He's got a shot.
30 seconds left.
Swinging this round for EG.
Yeah.
Plant goes through. Shondex on the high ground, not going to try and prevent that. Going to regroup with Chloric, and any chance they have with pistols, or maybe just kind of going down to the spike wouldn't be a bad idea either. Working on those exits too, like you suggested.
They just wanted the guns that were around ramps and then group up, go for this. Right, you already saved once, you don't want to save again. And you can win the round.
God,
I mean, it's a 2v2, yeah. Plenty of time.
You gotta go quickly and wait. EG kind of choking this. Pancakes has to stay composed, and they can't. Holy cow, I thought this round was already over. That upgrade meant everything for NRG Academy. And Chloric with another heroic play too.
And they just took their time. I loved it. Oh, wow. Now, I just need to take a look back at that round, because obviously it was broken up into pieces, right? We have the big ramps fight that happens that gives the advantage. And then we have the big site fight. And then we have, obviously, the 2v2 around Elbow there. So Yeah, it just literally went, again, both ping-ponging between the two sides, and NRG Academy come out on top. QoR Bandit did some work as well. Shondex, Operator back in hand. Last time got overwhelmed by the Fade util sporting this weapon. This time around mid has some support from QoR. And a pretty fast positive stunner up ramps. Alone, it seemed for the time being. Now Zerona's there.
Oh, even with the heads up from the Boombot, Stunna now doesn't mention the op around ramps, which is now how EG are going to try and leverage that Viper's wall to make things a little easier on their entry. Now coming in through vents, have some different angles to access that op. NRG Academy going to reposition. These aftershocks are forcing NRG Academy to constantly reposition. And it's just like a game of cat and mouse. And EG are on the hunt. They claim the space, they claim the bodies. But it's not over yet. Plant now, Mitch at 5 HP.
Spike planted.
NRG Academy regrouped towards the back of the site.
And they do it again. Numbers is advantage, taking their time. Uses dark cover to get on the site.
Hey, the paranoia, the fault line, EG through all the util, and NRG Academy, they just solidify themselves. This is insane. I feel like EG have it all wrapped up, and then NRG Academy's retakes are just that good.
I think I'm starting to see why NRG Academy's split is so strong. Even when it feels like everything is going against them, they pull the card they need right on the river, and
I go fast.
just like that, they still win the round. Like, that round from EG Academy was so clean technically, right? From, again, the deep positive stunner, with maintaining that pressure from Mitch to then the vents play, where that breach util kept Rens from regrouping so they could paranoia and isolate the fights on site. And then just one dark cover that allowed the entire team to flood back on was the problem. And so then the question is, okay, do we need to save more util? Are we getting on other sites easier? Is that the strat for NRG Academy? Let them waste everything early.
Yeah. And with Stunna cut down, it really shifts the approach of EG on everything. And they see this pit and they're interested. Gonna throw a Boombot, Prowler, Fault Line, and just even the Showstopper, anything but the kitchen sink. And QoR finds a corner, finds that first blood on the Stunna yet again. Now the Seekers
Going back.
gonna confirm that information from NRG Academy, help support that pit. It comes down to NRG Academy of abandoned ship, abandoned that mid control, and EG trying to establish on B, and it's difficult when there's still an up ringing true. Just nothing for EG to work off of there.
Aside from the two main players were towards B, everybody felt like they were on an island this round for Evil Geniuses Academy. This is feeling like I need an Evil Geniuses Academy timeout right now. Beta needs to get them back on the same page at a minimum. Like, you can say, okay, the Viper Spit is what kind of split them up there, and that is valid, but yeah, there it is. And a part of this round as well is something I really liked, because was QoR like voluntarily giving up the Viper's Pit and that vent space because they realized, like, oh, we've taken the B main space, right? They're already going to be having it. It doesn't really serve its purpose anymore, and I'd rather go get the heal, play with my team. And that's something QoR really never missteps, is overstaying his welcome, over fighting. I mean, he's 10-2 right now. For Evil Geniuses Academy. Yeah, like I just realized, bro.
Like the Showstopper, like Boombot, they threw everything at QoR and he lived and got a kill. Which, yeah, sure, you get the advantage of the pit, but like, wow. And yeah, got healed and is still kicking and has the least amount of deaths. Like, this is such a good player.
So I'm thinking, I think the splits have been nice from Evil Geniuses Academy. We praise the A1 through vent. And then it's just, they kind of get complicit then on site once the spike goes down, and they get surrounded by NRG Academy. So what I really want to see is, once you have that space, like deep heaven, right? Or deep towards screens, fight into it, right? I feel like a comp like this, especially with the Raze, with the Breach, with the Fade, allows you to do that and get away pretty easily. Like, every player here has a way out. Whether it's the nade, the seize, the snake bite, the aftershock, the paranoia, and the TP. Like, you can get away if things get dicey, or like buy enough time where like they can't push into you or they regret it.
If this Boombot would have marked someone close, he could have had like a rolling thunder fast play into B. Wait for this smoke to expire. Stunna already making space, but not checking the corner. He got a deep TP, and it's a shift towards A. It's all a fake, and Stunna has been enough of a distraction. NRG Academy spammed through smoke to make things difficult, but okay, we're not going to go for the plant. We're going for the kill, and Mitch drops the spike in the worst place possible. Aftershock, though, as EG fight tooth and nail to salvage the round, and I have to do so at a deficit.
NRG Academy, they're confident playing retake.
Welcome to my world.
It's worked out more often than not. Hit from Zerona. Pancakes did what he could. Takes away one. 1v3, very familiar situation for Zerona. He keeps composed. He takes down two. One left to go. And Giza, just a cherry on top to keep NRG Academy up.
A little bit more HP, and I could see Zerona have accomplished that. But you saw the immediacy of the columns. The shorty comes out. He knows he can finish the job, and that's where Giza will get NRG Academy to 6. Prevent what is another really clean clutch play out of Zerona. But this round, I may need to correct my former statement following the EG Academy timeout. I said yes, fight for screen space. I meant after the spike went down. not before running the spike into screens and losing a lot of players. Like, the idea was good, right? We saw the C's get chucked. We had the breach ready to fight. Like, I loved it, guys. Little misordering of the steps there. But all in all, does give me hope that they're making adjustments. But that's 4 in a row for NRG Academy. You know you're out of option.
Rolling Thunder too. I feel like things can be easier.
They're deathballing. They're deathballing. They're making it easy. Or they were gonna try to.
Well, there's the death part of the death ball. And 1 down, 2 down, 3. Someone check this corner. Someone kill this man. Pancakes only has a sheriff. There's barely an upgrade. This gets the 1 tap. Gifted way too many kills, but holy cow, Ange. Where was this all along?
I feel like every kind of like either teleport player that can get up to high, again, altitudes we'll call it, or sentinels riding on side get a corner, like once a map, once a series. And that is Ange's moment. I think part of that just came from like you're already distracted by Renz, right? He's running. You think you have the opening. He's already got one through the smoke. It's also an eco, so you feel like it's this or nothing. Yeah, a very, very difficult position to be in. But Bai is back. Rolling Thunder still online. Easy. That's the confidence from NRG Academy surging right now.
And Chloric. Stunna has tried everything to dislodge Chloric from this position. EG really want to try and get height if they wrap into B. They're just unable to deal with Chloric, but at least know where he escaped from, so that opens up what they were hoping to fight for. But definitely not with the numbers they were expecting.
Okay, at least they got the 1-for-1 trade towards mid. They've gotten the B heaven space. Aside from Shondex possibly picking out of, I'm gonna say CT here. It looked like they were giving up the B site. What are we doing here? Is Pancakes going to Rolling Thunder A as a fake? That'd be a heck of an investment, but
Night.
instead he's just going for the long flank in a 2v3 with Spike going down and Mitch alone. Mitch just needs to buy time off this Nightfall. Peek nothing, fight nothing. Ring around the rosy style. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good information to work off of, and Pancakes now has to cut noise, or maybe not. He's gonna throw the Rolling Thunder in here too. Mitch is 23 HP. He's panicking. He's pinched from all sides. He has util. Someone's on the spike. There's so much going on for these 2 last players, and that investment is all for naught. NRG Academy, there's a reason why they won 13-2 against M80.
We sat on the breach ult for how many rounds, and then we used it and the Nightfall for no round conversion. It's just difficult. Like, I think I can forgive them getting the first blood over with the op, because Shondex had not peaked A main in that fashion. They were just giving up A main space like round after round. But challenging through the Viper's util, you know who's gonna be there. Clerk's on a heater instead of waiting it out. It's not looking great, but again, that's the start. Again, EG Academy are momentum monsters, so they just needed a win to shift in. Ooh, Renz is trying to control that Mother Nature style. Yeah.
Oh, Renz at least gets one for the road. And EG will still truck away and now ignore the high ground, keep it smoked.
Spike planted.
Now just prioritize playing in safety and not giving anything to NRG Academy. Now feels safe to wrap around through ramp, or at least for QoR to make his way on that flank. Nothing from heaven for NRG Academy to work with. It could be a screens play, but Stunna's watching it. And look how different EG look when Stunna's alive in these later rounds. They need the tip of the spear to be sharp, and EG react perfectly at the drop down. Zerona intact, subtracting NRG Academy from this equation. This is the round EG needed to feel like they could actually win the game.
Yeah, an 8-4. Feeling like a must at this point. I think that's the first A post plant we saw them win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I agree. I think Stunna was the big difference, I'll definitely say. I think as well, they were all kind of floating out of heaven, and again, Pancakes was in a painful spot. And you saw Ange try to set up Chloric, but it was just Chloric for a little bit as well, so the trades came easy. But they've got to do it again. 8-3 to an 8-4. Win the pistol, and you might be back.
Poison orb emitting.
Prowlers through mid. They've known Chloric has been at that spot, and Stunna is so dedicated. I respect the commitment to killing Chloric. Because maybe it just breaks down all the comms when that IGL is out, but
Renz was caught. Renz was in the crossfire.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, Renz is there too, but Chloric
wasn't even there. Chloric was a main.
No, he was in vents. He just escaped.
Okay.
Yeah. So Stunna got nothing for that.
But like once
hey,
Stunna got an event, you know, he was already gone, like you said. This is interesting though. I feel like this is the first time we've had this deep of B main control, and that's why this stack is there. That's why, again, Shondex hasn't left. That's why Chloric's grouped up with Giza. And it is a very fragile hold. We're gonna definitely test Ange and his ability here.
He spotted the barrel. Quick spike down. Needs to get the smoke down. Quick reaction from EG. There's the chase. Oh, just couldn't clip the wings of Ange in time. Now sticking to his power position, hoping his team comes back. You have Shondex at the back of the site with the op, but he's sort of smoked off. A little awkward. Aftershock won't affect Ange, but high ground for EG too. They have the setup. They just need to find those targets, and Ange is really swifty. Chloric's on the flank.
How?
Oh, just needed to kind of stop shooting to adjust that scatter. 7 seconds. EG got to get it done now, or it's never for this half, and it all breaks down in favor of NRG.
Wow. I mean, before they even showed presence B main, I'm pretty sure that Chloric and Giza were pushing A main, by the way, and went all the way through to that flank. Second, I'm getting flashbacks. Do you remember how Jakey was like top mid on Kuro, and you're like, maybe you should have paranoid and like played for one, TP'd out or something. He would have had more success. And you're like, I don't know, but I think he would have. We just saw that. Exactly what happens when you do that. Ange, here, right? Paranoia's TP's out, and then has this backside anchor moment even to shut down Stunna. And he was just buying time. That's all they needed, delay. That came from there, came from the convergent paths, and then they closed it perfectly. Say that to the half as well with the 9-3.
It's not the 10-2 half that NRG had last time, but hey, this is still really strong. How does the double duelist do now on on attack now? It's going to be even better, you would think, and already some really aggression from EG for this orb.
That was a decent bit of util, and now, I mean, NRG Academy just resume standard business operations, right? The snowstorm is past. Just gonna walk out probably without any util expanded, and they find the timing. Do they find the shots?
Down B.
Well, the sheriff is gonna hit like a truck, and EG lucky to still have 2 intact after getting caught mostly with their backs turned. Still gifts the site over. EG start to surround, watching angle as Renz on his last life. Ange not with the crossfire, and spotting the barrel, a mistake. And EG now have to just panic their way through. Stun and Pancakes on separate sides, converging onto Ange, who's got Chloric in the wings. Pancakes addresses the angle. 1v1. Fault line not going to catch Chloric. Chloric just playing time. Pancakes is really cooked here. Hoping Lork swings him one more time, didn't get the defuse halfway. It's just, oh, such a tease. And Clark delivers NRG the pistol.
Wow. I mean, after a catastrophic mistake on ropes, you somehow have the chance of winning out that round, and then Renz hits a clinical shot there out of CT Alley, and that shifts things. I think the coordination there between Stunna and Pancakes was nice, but again, that crossfire that was so quickly established as well from Managing Clark. That tops the round and almost acts as a death sentence for EG Academy, right? Double digits. You're now in a force situation with 2 stingers and 3 shotguns.
You just gotta hold this corner with the shotgun. Don't try to take a fight you can't win. NRG Academy, no, there's probably smell the desperation. Does not smell good. The orb tap too from EG there, so the Academy could just hold the angle and see if EG get antsy again.
No charges left.
Hmm.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, that felt like a attempt at false info, right? Like that there might be more players A than they think, and it's trying to push them towards this 3-stack on B. It seems to be working
Toxins going up.
for the time being. Ren's playing split off, benefit of the double duelist here as well. Hoping he'll catch the rotates through vents. I think with so much silence, the NRG Academy, I would be hesitant.
Oh, Pancakes on the judge. Oh, the timing there. That really sucks because Pancakes could have had a really good setup for the rest of the team, but Renz trades 1 HP. Even last round, he was 10 HP. Dog in. It's time to go if you're NRG Academy. Jakey. Paranoia too could have a cutoff on the entry, but just too many cooks in the kitchen and not the best weapon to deal with them. NRG Academy could be pulling off a flawless here unless Stunna and Mitch, the Buckies, could work at a distance, which I don't imagine. So Desperation will now be silenced permanently. NRG Academy on their way to showing just how dominant they are on split.
Yeah. And Mitch took so much time trying to find Chloric, who he knew was lurking, but Chloric added a pit stop along the way, rerouted, and has led his team into a flawless 11th now. Yeah, that's a difficult round too. I mean, I think what really made the difference there is, again, the double duelist. First off, because I don't know if you saw, Shondex got the Bulldog from Giza because they knew Giza was going to be dogging and healing Renz, who was found that kill over towards mid as well. So again, it's like you got the best of both worlds, and that's what's kind of thriving here. It's again building the case that we really want to see NRG Academy revisit double duelist on other maps to see if they'll find similar success. But for now, it is striking here and might lead to EG's first loss.
We've talked about Pancakes' versatility on different agents, and I remember him from his Senti, more defensive plays, and tried to play off of Jakey's smoke there in Garage. And I think the idea is great, and we've talked about how good the ideas from EG are, but just the timing is so unlucky because the judge in the smoke should have guaranteed them at least 1 kill, if not, who knows how much more. NRG tempo is something hard to dismiss.
It's the calm before the storm. Huge gamble rotate from Evil Genius's Academy, and it's correct, right? Silently off toxic screen. They've made their way all the way up ramps.
And just firing down on EG. Wow. Bit util too, I think. And Stunna tries to bite back, but it's Giza that just lays them all to rest.
Zerota?
Okay, prevents the plant. Oh, the blind, the drop down, the reaction. That's all you need. NRG Academy, just the chemistry. How they play off of each other is so good. And I want to say that Mitch was caught like kind of mid-util in hand, hearing that push from NRG Academy. And it's just, again, all these unexpected timings from NRG Academy that are catching EG in these unfortunate positions.
Yeah, again, the call was right to regroup, to refight into heaven. It's just, again, I think that the wall drops, so they just didn't have the stun ready, like you mentioned, and yeah, they got caught again, catastrophically this time around to the series to the round. 12-3. At least it was an eco, so you have a bye here. You're also a few off from key ultimates like that showstopper, but NRG, no changes. Again, Sean Dex looking for info. Cracked out. The difference this time from EG, actually. Mid-fight, off the drop of the Viper Orb. Gets them not 1, but 2 kills.
Poison orb emitting.
Like that group up. Finally a fight on EG's terms, and it's successful, and EGA still keeps the spike, so I don't really know what all of that mid business was about, so NRG can open back up, re-clear that space.
As soon as they lose players or know that the enemy has that space, they really don't like that. And even in disadvantaged situations, they try to flip that into the bright spot on the round, and it might have worked if Zerona weren't here.
EG know what gaps they've left behind, and Zerona tried their best to suppress it. NRG Academy a little bit
Spike
slipping up
down,
here.
B.
Spike gets recovered. 2v1. Oh my god, Jakey against the shotgun. Still stands. And EG buy themselves another life.
There we go. I really like that play from Jakey. Instead of swinging up your own paranoia, you instead get the site smoke behind you in case they're flooding out of B main, and you trust in Mitch to instead have that crossing fire. That was nice. Zerona's awareness that they could still be scaling to be heaven despite the mid kills that they found was nice. That allowed things just to be kept under wraps. I do like this idea though from NRG Academy, right? End it with a bang, and it's simply, right? You have the Seekers, you're one off from the Virgin Paths, get that orb and go to town.
Gotta be a corner that you check this time. Oh, Jakey
no.
has been gifted some comfort. Thank us here to assist. Jakey trying to hold back the backup. NRG are set up beautifully from Giza in that moment. It's not going to be a safe play. Yeah, not with Pancakes, who can literally shake things up and stun up, putting on a show. Who's going to be the recipient of this rocket? Well, the ghosts of Christmas past, I guess. Not enough of an impact. Giza gets the backstab. The plant will still ensue.
Planted.
Pancakes and Mitch on their way. The initiators that have to unite, and a lot to still work with. One on the high ground. Pancakes with the flash setup, but Mitch is smoked off. Really awkward to work with. Even Pancakes is smoked off too. So much good delay from NRG Academy. Looking for the win. And Mitch and Pancakes still stand.
Last player standing.
Giza just splits them all apart with the 3K to end things up 13-4. What a statement for NRG to take this series and lead our standings 3-0.